I'm Rohit, and this is Invex, an AI native financial intelligence platform I built to solve one problem. Retail investors get a generic advice, not an advice tied to their actual holding in real time. So when news actually changes something, Invex is a 12 agent system, not a chatbot pretending to know finance, but specialized agents for market analysis, risk and micro trends, and portfolio specific new impact. So let me walk you through the dashboard. So this is a command center that shows you Nifty, Sensex, Gold, and other crypto at a glance. So these have the agent runs and the document and sessions that you had. So nothing here is decorative. If you have no risk profile, it tells you flat that you are out. AI can't personalize without you have your own risk profile. This is not an UX problem. This is a guardrail that I have made for financial system. So the next step is portfolio. Here is the actual portfolio view where you can see the actual holdings, allocation, and profit and loss. The current prices are being pulled on real time through Y Finance, that is a Python module by Yahoo. So this is not something that I wanted to show. This is something, yeah, here you go. So this is the alert feature that I have made. So you can set a condition if price goes below X on my holding with a node. This isn't just a tracker gimmick. It is the same holding level context that feeds onto your news and impact engine on one data model. So you can set this alert. Now I would walk you through analysis page. So here is the analysis page. Just ignore this, and where you can set your amount that you want to invest, your annual income, your age, and your risk tolerance. That would be guided from the risk profile that you make from the agentic AI voice agent interview that I will talk in the next video. And here you can see set the asset classes and just start the investment analysis. This is the technical heart of Invex, the you fill and real investment profile, amount, income, age, risk tolerance, and goal time analysis. Under the hood, the four agents run in parallel: market analyst on NSE and BSE, macroeconomist on RBI and global trends, risk manager on your portfolio protection, and sector specialist on the funds and the stocks that they pick. So they are not soiled. Each one on passes context to each other through shared state graph. So the risk managers read on volatility, actual informs the sector specialist picks. Instead of four disconnected reports stapled together, this is orchestrated with LangGraph, a state machine, not a simple chain. Each node's output flows into a shared type state, and critically, there's a self-evaluation loop after the primary analysis. A separate lightweight evaluator model checks, did this actually address the query, or is it a generic or hallucinating? If incomplete, it retries and the specific feedback is injected back into the prompt up to a capped number of attempts. Then fall back to a safe conversation response rather than ever failing the user outright. I'll come back to you why this matters in reliability section. So this result is just generating. It has completed. The alternative analyst has been completed. So we'll just wait. AI, so Lense Turbo, that is LNT, then Tata Motors. So the target and the stop loss values are also given. And there are some points also, the investment thesis, what are the things that matters the most, and that are the important points that is just being taken out from the AI analysis. So these are the recommendation given by AI. Let's move on to the next section is the screener tool that I have made for our system. Yeah, this is an AI, natural language stock screener across the top 500 Indian stocks that are undervalued auto stocks with high dividend yields, and it returns a ranked results with composite score, RSI, ROE, and fundamental breakdown, quick presets, and undervalued growth, high momentum, quality compounds, breakdown scan for one-click filtering without even writing a query. So this is that every platform must have. So next section is the chat model that we have made, and we'll just move on to chat. Yeah. So this is where user actually interrogates about the profile portfolio. 5 modes, and these are the modes. So these are the modes that changes how the agent behaves. So agent debrief is ask why the recommendation was made. The news radar, how today's news hits your specific holding. What if simulator runs a hypothetical scenario with live charts. So calm mode for when markets are volatile and someone needs a level of headed talk through not more numbers. And my AI remembers history and personalizes over time.
So this is the what if simulator. So if you click on any of the queries or type any of your query, it would be an what if simulator and behave like this. So this will give something. So it gives like if we invested in 1 lakhs in 2024 January, it would have been like 11.33% return and 4.39% CAGR. So this is an what if simulator. The next up is this is the market news intelligence. So it is a 5-layer news coverage global, which covers global, Indian and commodities, cryptos and market movers, and each news is stacked with a sentiment of at the rate, which can be used as this, and this is directly passed to the portfolio analyst agent, which specifically tells how this headline affects your holdings and not how generic market reacts to the RBI policy. It cross references your actual tickers, quantities and sector exposure. Yeah, so the results are here. So here what the portfolio analyst says. So macro level effect, USDR depreciation positive for Indian equities, and these are all the things that portfolio analyst has to say about this news, that how this news will affect.
Now talking about the guardrail, security and reliability. Now the part that actually matters before this goes to production. Compliance guardrails are always visible. Every page carries a persistent disclaimer that AI generated and educational only, not a SEBI registered advisor. Consult a certified professional. That's not legal boilerplate. We noted it. It's rendered on every analysis surface by design. So the reliability is if LLM call fails, so we have designed for it, not around it. Every agent groups has a fallback chain, primary model that is lighter fallback model, then a third party provider. If Mistral large times out on errors, we degrade to Mistral small, then to Grok. Never a hard failure to the user. So the evaluator and retry loop I mentioned means a bad or hallucinated response doesn't just go out, it gets caught, retried with explicit feedback, and capped at max attempt count before falling back to safe and clearly labeled degraded response. Model group isolation, the portfolio analyst model's quota is completely separate from the screeners, and the news agents, a traffic spike hitting one feature can't start the others and the API quota. So the rate limiting is every analysis request goes through a token aware emitter before it ever reaches to LLM. We estimate the request token cost upfront and gate on a bounded weight. So a congested queue degrades gracefully instead of stacking unbounded request and blowing through the provider limits. Auth and data handling. Every request is authenticated via session cookies forwarded server side. The front-end proxy layer explicitly passes through only what's needed for backend to verify identity. Nothing more exposed to client than necessary. So the end-to-end result is a cost-aware routing across the whole system has cut the hallucination rate by 22%, by roughly 22% and inference cost by around 30% without user ever seeing a hard crash. Worst case, they see a clearly labeled fallback response, never a broken page. So this is Invex, our 4 parallel agent and reasoning over your real portfolio, a screener and a reliability layer designed that when not if an LLM call fails, the user never feels it. Thanks for watching.